Hello, appreciate you checking out the video. Everybody's got to have a hobby. My hobby is I'm restoring a '69 Chevy truck. I am going to show you in this video how to prep the inside for painting. So you'll learn some stuff. I've painted cars for years. Now it's just my hobby. I actually used to do it professionally. I've painted limousines and everything else. So the proper way is to actually sand it out and shoot it with a gun, automotive primer, but you can get by doing this. This area right here was really rusted. Now to do away with rust, the more you sand it, the better the paint's going to stick. Of course, you start out with about 100 grit is what I did here, and then just worked it and sanded it until I just couldn't stand it no more. And then you get rid of this stuff here. You put it on, you brush it on. It's kind of as you can see, I've used quite a bit of this. It was a full gallon. You can get this at any hardware store. I'll have that at the bottom of the website. That helps you on your rust deal. These support brackets, there is a piece that comes across here. You could. Now, how I fixed it was I shot. There's that expanding foam. There's two types of it. One that expands, and when it hits the area, it stops. And of course, there's also this stuff that you're shooting, and it just keeps expanding. You do not want to use that. You want to use the stuff that expands, and when it hits the area, it stops. I filled these up with that. Went ahead and let that dry out. Then I come back, sanded it really good on both sides, and believe it or not, I shot it with silicone. And of course, this is all dried out now. Now I've sanded this out, and then I use the rust treatment and what it will do is it'll oxidize the metal, and you just apply it pretty thin, and any excess you wipe it off with a cloth. Now on preparing this, a good thing to remember is to take some tape, and believe it or not, there's 4 bolts that hold the hood onto the vehicle itself. Take a piece of tape and put it over the holes. That way it will be a lot easier for you to adhese, put it back on the truck. Now this is about 220 grit. Now this area right here is a good explanation of that rust treatment. Was there right in this area it was rusted just a little bit. So what I have done is I just lightly sand it out. Not much at all, because you want to try not to break the chemical bond and get it back down to the metal again. You can wipe it off. Now on heavier sanding, of course this is pretty well sanded out. I will actually hit it again. Oops. Now here, I guess I should have done this first. 60 seconds. So in preparing this, you just sand, and the more you sand, the better it's going to be. And sand and sand and sand and sand and sand some more. And certain areas, like that really heavy rusted area, I sanded it out with 100, then I rust treated it. This other area already has paint on it. I will go ahead and re-prime the whole thing, but like this area right here, of course you come in, this is you start out with a primer first, hold it about 14 inches, and then just shoot it. Now this one area, of course this primer is a different color than the other primer. Now I will let that set as kind of a base coat for a first coat, kind of like that. Now what I'm going to do is in the meantime, while that's drying, I'll go ahead and sand other parts of it out, and the more you sand it, the better you are going to be. You can sand it all the way down to the middle, and then you come in, treat it, and let that dry. On a primer, I usually let it, say you can do it like in an hour. I remember them days. And then go ahead and reshoot it with another coat, but I always try to let it set overnight. Now on your this will still be the inside of the truck. Now in sanding it out, you can leave the paint on it, but you want to just again sand it out. Now if you look here, there are 3 layers, and this is what you call feathering the paint. That way when you shoot it, it will all flow out smooth. And some of those are, now I get to sand some more, so I appreciate you checking out the video. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you learned something today. So if you have any questions, etc., feel free to email me, and I'll do the best that I can to give you an answer. Thanks.